Call the meeting to order. Happy New Year, everyone. It's January 3rd, 2017. It's 9 a.m. This is Commissioners' meeting. Let's all stand for the pledge, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Present.
Mr. King.
Here.
Mr. Henry.
Here.
Mr. Brooks.
Here. Okay, the first line of business is the reorganization of the Board of Commissioners. I'd like to open up the floor for nominations for president.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Commissioner James King to be our new president.
I'll second it.
Will you accept?
I'll accept. Good. Move to close nominations.
Second. No.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. This time I'll let the new president take over.
I didn't notice his purple tie.
Congratulations, Mr. King. You'll enjoy the extra pay
And telephone calls.
and the telephone calls.
No. Well, no, sometimes I might.
Thank you.
It just depends on what's going on. Next order of business is we need to open up the floor for election of the Vice President of the Delaware County Commissioners.
I would like to nominate Sherry Riggin to the Vice President spot.
I'll second that. Do you accept, Sherry?
Yes, I will.
You go ahead and call the roll, please.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes. Move on down to public hearings. Today at 2:30 p.m. we will be having a public hearing today with the Delaware County Regional Wastewater Authority. So if anybody's interested in that, it'll be at 2:30 today here in the Commissioner's courtroom. Next on the agenda will be the appointments. As all the commissioners, were they able to look over all the appointments for 2017?
We have, and I know we have a few that's not on the list, but at this point, I would like to make a motion to approve the list of appointments that we have here in front of us.
Would you like to read them for the public?
You want to read all of them?
Copy.
You got a copy?
No.
It's on public record if anybody wants to
Okay.
pick it up.
So we have made extra copies of the appointments. They'll be available for you.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
I move. We accept as printed.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes. Next on the agenda be tabled business. Janet, we have the resolution to transfer property to the Muncie Sanitary District.
Somebody here today.
Commissioners, Janet Kessler, Tax Sale Deputy in the Auditor's Office.
Hey, your mic's not on.
Can you hear me now? The resolution presented last meeting, the property address was incorrect. It has no property address. It's just a little triangle of land that the commissioners own. So everything would be correct on the resolution except for the address.
Could you give us the street it's on?
All I can give you is the section, township, and range.
I believe it's on the corner of Myrtle and Madison, isn't it? Down along the river.
That sounds right. Mhm.
What would the commissioners like to do in this matter? Would you like to remove it from the table?
Yeah, I move we move it from the table.
A second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
And then we have to, John, we have to do a new number since it's 2017?
No, it's still a 2016 resolution that was tabled last year, so.
You guys want to go ahead and take care of this now?
Yeah,
We're still on.
What's that number? No, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Was it 20 or 21?
I don't know. I don't have it. Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
I didn't give it a name.
I don't know, man.
I've got it, just, I'm not, it's just gonna give me time. No,
I didn't have the number written down.
it was, 2016-048.
Oh, 48.
I need a clean copy, because this is what I have in my folder.
We can make sure you get one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution number 2016-048, the transfer of property to the Manatee Sanitary District.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes. Next, we have the general service agreement with Triad Associations. Angie?
Good morning, Commissioners.
One.
This contract is, there was a modification suggested by John, and he made some revisions to the new contract that's been provided to you. He added the clause, or maybe John wanted to talk about this, but 4.2 is saying either party may cancel this contract within 30 days, written notice to other party. That was the only change on it. And it's for not to exceed amount of $15,000, and it's only used as needed.
Okay.
Need a motion to take it off the table?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
I make a motion, we approve the general service agreement with Triad.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we need the approval of minutes for December 19th, 2016.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes. Next, we have the torch presentation presented by the Indian Office of Tourism and Development. Nancy?
I'm Nancy Carlson, now retired volunteer chairman of Delaware County Celebration of the Indiana Bicentennial. Well, we had a good time last year, pretty good news for once, and we started the year with a original cantata composed for the state of Indiana and premiered here in Delaware County by Masterworks Chorale and Muncie Symphony Orchestra. And we ended the year with the 52nd bicentennial bit newspaper story published by the Star Press and contributed by the Delaware County Historical Society. That aired on the last Monday of December, so I hope you read all 52 of those. We had many activities, many concerts celebrating Indiana music and music composed in Indiana. The highlight was the torch relay that came through Delaware County on Tuesday, September 27th of last year. And the torch here was carried by 27 people nominated by the public and selected locally. Torch bearers of people that of renown and ordinary people who've done extraordinary things. It is my pleasure to present a replica torch to the County of Delaware and presented by state monies in the Indiana Department of Tourism Development. It's not a working torch, so it's not a ceremonial torch that we can use over and over again, but it's certainly a torch that we can display in honor of that fun day. Also that day, if you were out at the fairgrounds, you had the opportunity to sign that torch relay banner that's on display in front of you here in the courtroom. So I'd like to present the torch to the commissioners.
Thank you, Nancy.
Wait a minute.
Website, you know.
Thank you.
Wait, Nancy, President King has something for you also.
In recognition of your outstanding service, Nancy Carlson, on behalf of the State of Indiana and Bicentennial Commission and Indiana Office of Tourism Development, please accept our sincere gratitude for your outstanding service to the Indiana Bicentennial Torch Relay. You get the standard for celebrating history and igniting the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nancy.
I believe Mr. Mansfield was to be here today, but
Yeah, and I didn't see him out
didn't
here.
see him, so he
I've
has
got
one.
his certificate right here.
He has one coming to him also. We want to thank both of
Is
them
he
for
here?
working.
Did I miss him?
No, I don't
No,
think
I
he's
don't
here.
believe he's here.
But we do thank Nancy for putting in a lot of long effort and James, or Mr. Mansfield's office to assist her.
Next, we have the agreement of employment for the Delaware County Attorney.
This contract is the same as last year, no rate increases, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with all of you.
John, we appreciate your work with us and also helping us these past difficult times, the past month or so. I move to acknowledge and accept the terms of present contract as presented.
I also want to thank you, John, for the work you've done. I know John's been working really hard this past weekend over the holidays, and I greatly appreciate it, and I will second Sherry's motion.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes. Next, we have ordinance for second reading, ordinance number 2016-020, ordinance to vacate certain street in Delaware County.
I move we adopt as presented.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes. Next, we have an ordinance for second reading, 2016-021, ordinance repealing ordinance 2007-007.
I'll make a motion, we approve this ordinance. John, can we discuss this a little bit?
Sure.
This ordinance is in reference to,
This is the fifth member on the Airport Authority Board. Back in 2007, a fifth member was added to the Airport Authority Board. There were, you determined that a fifth member wasn't needed. We have looked at the statute. There may have been some issue as to whether that could even been created in the first place. And so it's time to resolve that issue.
I will make a motion to approve ordinance number 2017-001. Oh, I'm sorry, 2016-021.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Ms. Reagan,
No.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes. Now we have ordinance for first reading. Ordinance amending the EMS billing and collection ordinance. Denise, what's the ordinance number?
001.
This is an ordinance that Jason Rogers sent to me a while ago. I've been working on it with Jason. It's still a work in progress, but it's something that we want to get started for the new year. It includes some rate changes in billing. There hasn't been a rate change, I guess, in several years. Clarify some language, and so if the commissioners could just have it for introduction, then I can get with Jason and figure out if there's some other changes he wants to make to it.
I'll move we adopt the first reading of ordinance 2017
I'll second the motion to introduce.
Yeah, introduce them.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
I'd also sent you another ordinance, set up the meetings, but Denise pointed out that while I was absent in November, the board had already adopted setting their meeting, so you don't need to vote on that.
We have no resolutions for approval. Department heads or elected officials.
Yes, the grievance hearing was held on December 27th, I think it was. A grievance at the highway department, and information was taken. Since it was a grievance and it deals with our collective bargaining agreement, then the decision of the grievance must be approved and adopted in an open meeting. So I prepared a decision of Delaware County Commissioners for the board to consider with some findings for the grievance. And I've sent it all to you, and I apologize for the delay or the lateness of it, but I think it spells it out as we heard the information. The upstart is the grievance will be denied. The matter will be placed in the employee's personnel file, and the employee will be prohibited from bidding in the sign shop in the future.
I'll make a motion we adopt
Don't we accept findings on the agreement?
findings on the grievance, correct?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Denise, did I give you one of those? There you go.
Thank you.
Anything else? Department head, elected officials?
I'd like to give an update. My inspector, Mike Ross, for Bridge 159, that's the Windsor Bridge by the Prairie Creek Reservoir. Latest update, it should be open Friday. So
Good.
I'll share that information.
Good news, thank you.
I'd like to congratulate Larry Bledsoe, Jessica Piper, and Scott Alexander on being elected to the Delaware County Council. I would also like to congratulate Tom Borchers for being elected to the Delaware County Surveyor. I was looking for Mr. Ed Carroll, don't see him out there, but I'd also like to congratulate Mr. Ed Carroll for being elected to the Delaware County Treasurer's Office. Thank you.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
Move on to monthly reports. You have your report from Weights and Measures, also the Delaware County Treasurer's Report. Move to payment of claims in the amount of $977,683.22.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes. Any comments, questions from the audience? If not, I'll entertain a motion to recess.
So moved.
Second.
Call roll, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Oh, wait.
Oh, Okay.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes. Thank you.